everybody. I want to welcome you back to another episode of Thursday Night Fly Tying here with Fly Fishing Bow River. We're again here at Caravel Craft Brewery. I want to again extend a thanks to them. They've been so great. They're always willing to let us come in and mess around with all their stuff and put on the show for you guys. So want to thank them for that. So if you came tonight to watch to see a bunch of instruction for tying, it's going to be a little different night. So I hope that doesn't disappoint you, but you get to sit back behind your keyboard and hopefully do some heckling just like we're going to do here as well. So the idea of tonight is we kind of have this little mystery box. I'm going to do the first one. We're going to pull the random bag out of here. Maybe there's some logic to the materials that are in there. I can promise you the ones I made, there isn't. So if you come up and you don't know what it is, you're just supposed to kind of BS your way through it. Make it seem like you know what you're talking about. You have the people here have about 10 minutes to do that. And if they're willing to do that, there could be some reward with some giveaways we have going on as well tonight. So again, thank you for joining us tonight. I guess we'll get started. I'll go first and we'll see what the mystery box has in store for us. No, that one's got a card in it. I'm not gonna do that one. I don't want to do one that's got a... All right, this is it. So it looks like we've got some letter beads. So this is going to be a really important pattern here. B, A, D, and H. Okay, we can work with that. So I'm going to... This is all Dana. This is not mine. I know this, but I'm going to wait a moment to reveal what it is. All right, so obviously the most important part is the beads. We have a B, an A, a D, and an H. So this is obviously, I don't know what it is. Okay, all right. Yeah. So this fly, it's actually a very well-known saltwater pattern. It's called the Devil's Alphabet. So this is something we would definitely use for anything dumb enough to eat it. Probably not anything with a brain, but we'll see what we're going to do here. Okay, so I'm going to start off by putting my dumbbell eyes on. He told me the ones he did had some logic, and this is not the case at all. Yeah. All right. So, but it's a little different on this pattern because we're not going to put our dumbbell eyes up at the top. We're actually going to put them in the back end. You'll see why in a second here. It'll make perfect sense. Yeah, no, just talk to me. It's a... It's really, you have to expose the letters. So if I take all the attention away from the front of the fly, it's not gonna work. Okay. So once I have those set in place in whatever fashion you want to do, it's actually where we start. We have some mono here as well. This is what we're gonna hang our alphabet off of. So I'm gonna, just so I gotta have it nice and secured down, we're gonna start it up here. Attach it down. We want to run it down on the top of the fly so we can keep all the weight on top. And we're gonna leave that back there. We'll deal with that later. So this is some sort of a, almost like a shrimp pattern. So we're gonna put some almost tentacle type things up at the top. We're gonna tie this marabou in a little different than we would normally. So we're gonna take it in from the head of the feather. We're gonna palmer it up the hook. It helps if you wet your fingers a little bit. We can get the materials to go the direction. You guys are just killing me. I can tell you're all buying in. This is obviously a very well-known pattern.
Well-known pattern.
Yeah. The Devil's Alphabet. If you haven't heard of it, I don't know what rock you've been under.
Steelhead next week?
Yes, you may. And if you catch something on it, I need pictures. Yeah. So we're actually going to come up over top of these eyes. It's important. All right. We're going to tie this off right behind the dumbbell eyes. Okay. The only downside of this is that you guys don't all have the same materials to go along with. It's a real bummer. It's a good one to take home. All right. So we're going to fish this fly. We're actually going to fish it in a stripping motion. So we get that nice movement out of the back end of the fly. Make sure we keep that clear so we can still use it. And he was fairly sparse on the materials we normally use for this fly, but we'll, we're gonna, I think this is, I don't know, it's pretty and it's red. It goes with the theme. It's important. You can tie this in, I better speed up. You can tie this with lots of colors, but red obviously is the best. It is the devil's alphabet. Yeah. So again, we're gonna wrap this forward. You want touching wraps, so you got good coverage all the way up the fly. And just because he gave us so much, we're gonna go back again, because you're required to use the majority of your materials. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Back up the shank. One more time. Yeah, I'll leave a little bit of the material with you so you can do on your own. Okay, so we're gonna tie that off. This pattern is looking more and more fishable as I go, actually. Yeah, in case you get one that can read. So we have the dumbbell eyes on top, so this is obviously again the water going to ride hook up, which is important. And once we get our beads on here, it'll really want to ride that way. And the biggest thing is you want to leave a little bit. You want to leave a little bit of space in the mono because you want these beads to obviously jiggle a lot. It's an attractor. Yeah. So there is no, I mean, these are the most important letters to have in it, but if you just use what you got. So if it can't be this, it's okay. All right. Oh, come on now. Normally we use a little thicker mono so you can actually hold on to it, but apparently we're running low. Okay. What? So very important that you leave a little, like I said, a little bit of slack in this. I'm gonna get rid of a little bit. And you want to keep it oriented on top of the fly, obviously. There we go. I mean, man, it's beautiful. So really all we got to do now is a nice whip finish, a little bit of glue, and it's somebody else's turn.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, this is about as, yeah, it will catch white. There is no doubt, unless you're CJ Trout, it will catch whitefish. It does, actually. Yeah, it's the rattle. That's important. So we're just gonna use a little bit of our Loon UV resin. You gotta know, but I should be. If you put it right on top there, it gives a nice little sparkle. We'll hit it with a little light, and guys, it's a devil's alphabet. So screw all you guys, and it's your turn. And no, you can't have it. I'm gonna fish this fly. There it is. No big deal. It's good. All right, guys. So that's that's the gist of it. You get to kind of bullshit your way through it. Hope yours isn't going to look this good, but you can try. All right, let's do it, Aaron. All right. You guys can tie my vise, so don't worry about that. Anything that's up here you can use as well that you need. Aaron's up. Let's give him a hand. He was brave enough to try. All right.
All right.
What is going to be your consequence? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. There it is. He's getting a prize too, so you got half a card in there. We'll see what it is after.
Well, I think I can work with this.
Say what? Oh, yep. Sorry. Got to fix your vise here. There we go. Sorry, that's going to be in your way because it's on the wrong side, but work with it.
Tell us who you are.
Yeah. I got to figure out the vice first.
If you want to, you should. This is just backwards for it.
Oh.
So all you're doing is squeezing here.
Squeeze in there. Gotcha.
If you want your vise,
What's that?
if you want to use your vise, you can.
Okay. Yeah.
And left hand.
All right, welcome to Thursday Night Live here. I'm Aaron, and I'm going to be tying up.
Okay, you switch cameras back so I can see. All right.
All right. Well, it looks like we got a great saltwater pattern here that we're going to be working with today. And we're yard sale. We're yard sale and everything here already. See ya. All right, we're good. All right. So we're tying the calf rope special right here because we don't know what kind of shit this is going to look like when it's done. Everyone at home, earmuffs for the kids there. This is NC-17.
Sorry, I didn't hear. What was the name of the fly?
This is the calf rope special.
Oh, calf rope. All right.
It's going to look like that brown stuff coming out of the bridge there. So we're going to start by
He's got the good one.
thread. Yeah, that's right, eh? We're going to start by threading on the body.
This is your card, right?
Yeah.
Here you go, buddy. That's the ace.
Oh. Woo! All right. All right, well, so we're going to start with a little 6/0 orange here. 136 denier. And we'll get that fly. We're going to get the thread started right here. We're going to work all the way back. And we're going to come right back to about the hook point. So we got some blue craft fur that it looks like right here. And we're going to cut that off here to make our tail section.
Papa Smurf.
That's what makes it fun.
So we're just going to work that out. We're going to take out a few of the hairs there. We got a bunch of the guard fluff right here, so we're going to just flick that out. And we're going to trim that off. And we're going to do it about the length of the shank of the hook there. And we'll tie that on. Nice little loose wrap at the start. And then we'll bring that right back across. And you can bring that forward just to tie that all down, build up some body onto the fly there. And all that extra fluff right there, that's okay. You can trim it if you want, though. When you're doing this, you want to make sure you're not going to cut the thread there, right? So that's okay if you cut the thread, though. You can come back across it, and it's okay. Yeah. So. We're then going to take the body material right here, and actually what we did is we pulled the rope that's out of there. You don't need the rope that comes in that. We're just using the nice silver body material here, so we're going to bring that down. And we're going to give that a nice little wrap right there. And see, you actually get a nice little, see how the sparkle comes out there on the end there? That's silver. It just sort of really adds to that nice thin tail that we've created. And then you can sort of just push that down, bring that back up here. Sort of wrap all those ends in there. And we got a nice little silver body right there. And we can trim it out. So now we're just going to clean up this front area here so we can tie on our eyes. Okay. We got some earmuffs. Earmuffs right now. We got some big bastard gold eyes here. So we're going to just do figure eights to get those on. That looks straight, all nice like that. Once you get those locked in, you're going to helicopter around. Couple more. That's solid. Come back out to the front here. You can throw on a little head cement on there. If the head cement isn't stuck all together, there. And lock those into place. Now for the final little bit here, we got the wire brush. And we're just going to tie that in behind the eyes here. And then we're going to just come back forward here. And now we're going to start palmering this forward, bringing that around that way, and creating the bulk of the body here. You're going to wrap up and over the eyes here. Just one wrap to bring it in front. Take your thread. And we're going to tie it off right there. Now this is where you use your loons on this. You want to use your garbage scissors so you're not wrecking your $30 scissors. We're going to create a nice little head here. We're going to finish with a nice little whip finish. We'll snip that off. And you can take your little brush here and brush that out. And you know what? You don't even need the razor blade or anything like that.
No.
Just like that. Nice fly with some sick flow. And right there is the calf rope special.
All right. Good stuff. Okay, so Mr. Garnett is up next. I'll let him introduce himself. Collection's looking good. See what he pulls out. All right.
That was fun.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, pick your poison. That's a good one.
There we go. Oh, it's pretty. It's pretty. So the first guy up wore his hat like this. The next guy wore his hat like that. So I guess, gonna scooch me a bit? All right. All right, I'm Garnett. Based out of Red Deer. I hang out at Troy's shop 2 to 3 nights a week. And we do fly tying there on Monday nights. Looks like we've got some split shot there. I don't like split shot, so we won't use that. We're gonna tie tonight. We're gonna tie a size 34 micro bugger emerger. Okay. So dress your hook, because nobody should have a naked hook. Well, you got a hunk of foam, got some nice purple dubbing, some cactus chenille, and looks like what's left over of a golf ball when you take it apart. I think it's going to have a foam back on it. So notch the end of your foam so you can get a hold of it and get it cinched down in. Excellent. I need another Yeti. Tease out your dubbing. And thread your dubbing on. And that right there is why you want a Norvise. If you don't have one, you should go buy one.
You should tell everybody the price tag first. Yeah.
It's the cheapest vise I've ever owned. I spent $500 getting to this point. Then I bought a vise and I never have to replace it. Oh, I didn't have to buy the accessories. I chose to buy the accessories. It's like when your wife says, do you really need another beer? No, honey, if I needed another beer, I wouldn't be able to have one. I'm having one because I want one. And it's very important that you only dub the back half of the body because that's all that you have dubbing for. Now bring your shell back over. I'd like to talk to the guy who put this stuff together, but that's me, it's my fly. Okay. All right. It does. It looks like quite a beetle, doesn't it? But it's not. It's a beetle emerger. Now take your cactus chenille, strip the ends off so you can get a hold of it, secure it in, and get that back out of the way because you're going to have to make use of this. Otherwise, apparently we don't get full marks.
Don't forget the split shot.
No, split shot goes on the rig. And what people don't realize with the beetle emerger is that they, as youngsters, they have extremely long and undulating legs. So we'll put in a set of legs here, and it's what allows the whitefish to see them and hone in on them. And make sure that you work your cactus chenille back to help accentuate the undulation of those legs. Next week, I left them on my other phone. And don't make the mistake that rookie tires make and not put enough legs in. You gotta have legs. And don't worry if it's all messed up, it'll all clean up nice at the end. That's right. And now your last set of legs really aren't legs, but they're more antenna. So they're going to go forward. But only in the emerger phase. Once they're adults, forget it. No antenna. Legs are gone, they drop off just as they're hitting the surface, the legs fall off. The legs go back down to the bottom and the next one uses it to get up, that's right. And it's important because neatness counts, like make sure you figure eight a little bit of this in, right? Because you want it to all be coming forward. Now you got to get your cactus chenille out of there. And Tim and I absolutely hammered the whitefish on the Missouri River in October on this. It was just, you couldn't keep them off. Well, you could, but you know, you could also nymph, and why would you do that, right? And so now you need to be very judicious in how you trim that. Let's see. Yep. There you go, folks.
All right, well done. Well done. What was your card? Good job.
Eight of clubs.
8 of clubs, all right. Spence is going to go next. Okay, sure. Oh, perfect. Never mind. That's what you got. Here's your Yeti.
That's my Yeti.
That's your Yeti. All right, so we've got Spencer up next in the hot seat. Oh, yeah? No worries. Give her.
We got in here.
Oh,
I won't open it.
Yeah.
Mix these up a little bit.
Let's hope for rabbit strips.
Yeah. There's some in there.
I want that one.
All right, what do you
oh,
got?
what is this?
I guess you can tell us.
It's gonna be like a bedazzled stonefly?
Oh, there's a lot of treats in there.
There's a lot of options.
Yeah, a
There's
lot
two
of
hooks in here.
Could go a lot of ways. All
All
right,
right.
Spencer's up. Tell us what you do.
Oh, you're gonna give me a few seconds on this one.
We got nothing but time.
Oh, great. All right.
Getting better. Yeah. Yeah, you can stop. Yeah. It's a nasty thing.
Oh, I can show you.
Okay.
We're just gonna go a little farther this way. There we
Okay.
go. That should be good. Is that good?
Oh. Okay. My name's Spencer.
Hi,
Here.
Spencer.
Hello. So we're gonna tie the bedazzled trico, foam trico, with a tail. Oh, too hot. It's a special one. All right. So I gotta get my line on here first, if I can get it off the bobbin. We go all the way back here. Get ready to tie in this tail. These tricos have a nice large white tail. So we're gonna tie in the whole feather. Just as much length as you can get on there is best. Nice. Stack that up there. All this extra you want to get rid of. So we'll cut that off. Really wrap that down. All right, what else do we got here? Got carried away here. I forgot my dumbbell eyes for my trico. So we'll go right back up to the front again. We want to tie those in on the bottom for all that foam that's going on top later. All right. Obviously really wrap those down. Oh, just, they're everywhere all over Alberta, right? Yep, yeah, just Alberta. You don't find them anywhere else. All of the above. Sorry, I missed that last one. Oh, I plan on it. Do I get the chirp for free if I catch something on it though? All right, we got some foam here. So we're gonna sink it and float it at the same. It's just gonna keep going up and down in the water column. It's really just a crapshoot to see what happens. You wanna cover as much of the water column as you can, right? Yeah. Just search, right? We'll do a few wraps and really cinch that down. There we go. See, that tail looks really nice. It's a lot of tail. We'll pull that back and wrap underneath of it. So we'll take advantage of all this dubbing I've been given. It's a very nice color. I like this. Do whatever you want. The fish just love it, so.
They just love it.
It just touches the water, right? And they're all over it.
You can tell by the way it looks.
Is it best fished in runoff?
It's more of a January hatch.
They cling to the ice ledges.
Yeah, and when they're ready, they just kind of like let go and just take off.
It looks like a stonefly though.
So we're gonna wrap that up. Oh, he's getting away on me. Needs a little more dubbing.
Never have enough dubbing.
A little too much. We'll wrap that all the way up behind the eyes. Uneven as possible. It looks best that way.
Did you win anything?
I don't think so. I'm just doing this for the punishment, apparently. Showed up too many times. They're getting tired of me.
We learned who you are, and now you're stuck with us.
We're gonna peel these legs apart. Because there's 3 of them, and that seems like an odd number.
Yep. You leave them full length like that?
Just let's settle down. Like, I gotta get them tied in first.
That bead led's a good leg.
This one will wrap in on the close side. You've seen this hatch before, eh? So you know what I'm talking about. And we'll get the others, if I can get these apart. Something like that. good, they are even. I was worried. Yeah, try to even those out as much as possible. And we'll wrap those ones on the far side, I think. There's so much leg going on. Ooh. And like the fly before me, this one also has very large antenna because I have a third set of legs. And we'll wrap those in front of the eyes. If I can keep all the legs separate. Yeah, I went bedazzled trico. Yes. This you're trying to represent every life stage in this one right here. Yeah. It's just a broad generalist in general. And I can't keep all these legs apart, so this is turning into a nightmare. Oh, perfect. They're the bedazzled part. Oh. And we'll tie that foam back over. There's way too much leg going on here. Oh no. This isn't going well anymore. All right. Oh God. Oh no. So we'll whip finish this then. I'm gonna trim these ones so it makes my whip finish easier. Just wherever. Oh, they're in there. They're right down in there. That's the sinking part of the float. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Oh. And throw the whip finish in. And the most important part, we got these nice bedazzled beads here. You just stick them right on top. Oh. Done. Oh, I gotta keep. There's so much material in here.
I know it's tough when you have such limited materials to work with, but yeah, it's good.
I'm gonna take this home.
All right.
You can't have this
we'll
one.
display it for now, then you can come.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, you got to. Look at that. Oh man, that's good. Wow. All right.
Toss that up there.
It's Dan, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, so we got Dan up next. He's gonna show us what he has. For
What do
us.
we got going on here?
All right. What is it?
Ooh. We got some lead eyes. We got some. What's that? Flexi floss. How's the vice there? Is that good?
All right, he's gonna tell us what's up. So let me see what that card number is.
Yeah, buddy. Here we go. A little bit of flash. Some grizzly. Some chenille. What is that? Oh man. Yeah, some kind of tiger. And Kelly Gallup actually ties a silk kitty. This is a silk tiger. Oh, sweet. Silk tiger. Is there even a hook in here? Or? Oh, there it is. Yes, sir. The oh man, where does a guy even go with this? The first thing you want to do is dress your hook and trim away the waste. We'll get a couple of barbell eyes on there. On all my hoppers? Yes. Yes. It's more of a drowned hopper than anything. We're going to use the flexi floss as like a trailing shuck for the grasshopper. And you just kind of toss it in there. It doesn't really matter how it looks. You just kind of go. Cut that off. You want to run the rest of it up the body to make sure you keep the proportions correct. What's that, sorry? Well, generally speaking, but sometimes you'll see them come off in September, as late as September, but for the most part, it's a late summer. Sorry? No, I can't say I have. Can't say that I have. And the real selling point is the tiger striped rabbit. You know, it just fluctuates really nicely. You know, I don't really like to show a lot of people this pattern because it just works too well. Is there really? The big thing is to make sure that you get it all tucked back nice and neat under there, so that you don't run into problems further up. The next piece is your chenille, and you tie that chenille in and make sure that everything rotates around the hook as you tie it in, just to make it nice and easy for yourself. And it's kind of similar to to a woolly bugger. If a woolly bugger was a grasshopper, you just make sure you want to make sure that you keep everything nice and buggy, right? That's what we're looking for, is that buggy grasshopper look. Then we'll wrap a body up there. Well, it's actually a grasshopper. It's more of a drowned grasshopper than anything, right? The lead eyes are exactly, you know. You gotta think of it like it's come off the bank and drowned itself. You want to make sure that you palmer that back nice and neat. And tie off your schlopping or your saddle hackle, whatever that was. And then we'll fold that all over. The most important part is to make sure that you knot your legs. Like a grasshopper's legs there. Nice and knotted up. Once you get your other knot in for your other leg, you can tie him in on the front. Oops. Just about wrapped. You got your other grasshopper leg up there. Yes. Yes. It gives it some bounce, you know? The loop is the most important part. No. And then you whip her off, and Bob's your uncle, Silk Tiger. Easy peasy. Nothing to it. That's her, boys. Thanks, guys. Leave that one up there. Thanks, guys.
That is yours.
Thank you.
No worries. All right.
You guys can
If you could go outside, please. We'd
keep your
appreciate
silly
it.
string.
Oh, yeah. I'm serious. So we got a real special guest tyer to come in here. Check him out on Instagram. I'm sure he'll be on it here shortly while he's tying. This is Classic E. Let's give him a hand, everybody. Inside. Let's go. Woo! Look at this. Oh yeah. He can skip. He's got it. All right.
I don't have anything to tie.
Well, you didn't plan that very well.
No. Okay. So welcome to another Thursday night tie class. I'd really like to thank Caravel for having us. The beer's really good. A+, the Pilsner. Okay.
Okay. Let's see what we got in the box.
It's not going to be nice.
Never. That's the one.
This one?
That's the one.
Okay. Oh yeah. There's some eyes. Okay. I gotta name this thing, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna call this Oscar the Grouch because it's gonna be made of green stuff and it's gonna be garbage, so. Oscar the Grouch. Oscar the Grouch. So you can either you can stream it, you could nymph it, you could ice fish it. Okay, so basically the main thing when you're learning to tie flies, because I'm really new at this, is you want to crowd the head as much as possible. So when you get to that end stage of whip finishing it, you end up just burning it at the end anyways because you actually just tied a pile of garbage. Yeah. I was told to leave my lighter at home because apparently that's just frowned upon. So you want to get a good wrap all the way back and you want to use half that spool. Maybe even load up another one. And like keep going. And we have a little bit of this fuzz back here. So what that's actually gonna do is that's gonna trail all the fish that you need. But you wanna tie it like 3 times the length of the hook. So you're gonna do like 1 loose wrap to like grab it. Make sure it's on top, and then you're gonna tie it in. Tie it in really good. Like another half a spool just to grab that in. Once you think you have that really good, I don't really know what I'm doing. Not by choice. Yeah, it's good. I might tie that in at the front, you know, really crowd that head. Yeah. Is that all that there is these 3 pieces? Oh, we got the dubbing. I don't know if this is, I'm really new, so I don't know if this is dubbing, but what we'll do is we'll just, we'll kind of just twist this in right here. Yeah. And if it doesn't stick, we're gonna take a little bit of, you didn't bring my head cement over. Yeah, wet the fingers. Okay, we'll tie it in at the back then, because apparently that's not how you do it. So you gotta roll this back up, tie her in back up top, really cinch her down, because you know when those whitefish bite, they eat everything. Yeah. So you're basically gonna wrap it to the front. Oh man. Kind of like gotta grab it at the front here.
Was this in yours?
Yeah. And if it doesn't grab, that's okay, because like you can totally just glue it down at the end. And like what you're really looking for when you tie this is you want this hump in the middle here, because it just brings in the fish. Yeah? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take some of this deer hair here and you're gonna cut off a piece of it. You're gonna cut off like just enough to cover up that back piece that you did, because what you're really going for is like this weird wiggly worm looking thing. Do a loose tie to keep that deer hair on top, and then cinch it down really tight. Oh, and you break it. And then you realize that you have no idea what you're doing after this point. Yeah, and then you get another beer. This is gonna take the rest of my time to rethread this. I'm just gonna take this bobbin here and just keep going. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't unravel, but I mean, like, you catch one whitefish and it's basically a trophy, so that's all you're out there for, right? One and done. Trim that up.
Do you normally leave that front collar like that, or is that?
Well, like, you really gotta crowd the head.
Yeah, I figured.
And like, if you're not crowding the head, you're not catching fish. Yeah. So then, like, hopefully a bunch of people have tied before you, so they've laughed a bunch of shrapnel. And if that's the case, then like you can grab some red piece, add that to the top. And like really, that's just like a blood indicator. So like this is where all, yeah. You can really just wrap that on there. Because what we're gonna add is we're gonna add these eyes, but it's gonna be more like a halibut. So like when it swims on the bottom, it's gonna swim sideways. So we're gonna add a couple more wraps here. Just really use up all this thread. If your arm isn't sore, you're not doing enough wraps, so just keep going. Like preferably you wouldn't use black, you'd use like hot pink or purple or something. Really trade it up. You're trying to just, absolutely. And like what you're trying to do is you want to build up a big layer here so you can put the eyes onto, because like really eyes don't stick to anything. So, especially deer hair. See, and like I just slipped off the head there. That means I've wrapped enough. So then what you want to do is you want to stick one eye here. Oh, see what I mean?
You got some resins there.
I don't know how to use that. Yeah.
Just wrap it.
Sure, this UV clear. You gotta take the cap off. Apparently it doesn't work.
Thank you for volunteering, man. This is great.
I like that recipe, Eric, when you're done.
Yeah, I hope you wrote it down because I have no idea. See, you stick it there. And I think you gotta use this light, right?
Where's the turn on button?
Right there. Is it even gonna stick? Who knows? Does it matter? Absolutely not. Okay. We gotta do the other one. Yeah. So this is the point where like Tim comes around and tells me that it'll fish, but he really is just being nice. There you go. So yeah, that way when it swims, both eyes are on one side. Yeah. And then what you could do is like you can wrap them in between because you really want to add a little definition between the two of them. And what it's going to do is it's going to keep them there. And then you can whip finish it.
Yeah, let's see the whip finish.
Yeah, you want to see this? I practiced my whole life for this moment. So then you, right between the eyes, you do like a couple of moves. Look at that. Boom. One.
Oh, man.
Boom. That's what fly tying's all about. Oh.
Between the eyes, we're finishing.
And if you don't get it, then you can just like load it right up. Exactly. You load it right up, and then you got to shine this light there, and it's pretty much good. You might have to like hold it. There we go. Woo! There you go, and that's the Oscar the Grouch fly. Woo! That's so bad.
It's so good.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? All right. Well, that's going to be hard to follow.
Woo!
Definitely.
Thanks.
But we have someone who can do it. We got Mr. Steens coming up. Let's see what he's got for us. One of them. All right. All right. About right. There we go. That's good. Okay. See what you got in the magic box.
Well, no float trip, but
No float trip, that's for sure. You kind of came out of the gates with that one.
all right.
Alright.
Got a card?
Let me see the card. I'll take it.
All right.
I'm starting to think it was. Yeah. Thanks.
All right, guys. I'm Jared, and Fly Tying tonight's brought to you by Copenhagen and Triple P Farms for all your Black Angus beef. So today we're going to be tying the pike pickler. So everyone pretty much bonks their pike anyways, so might as well pickle it. So we got some buck hair, maybe some marabou, and some stringy stuff, so should be good to go. No hook though. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. So, wrap this up. Don't have a fancy Norvise, so just be doing this like that. And cut this off. Oh yeah. Well, you're just going for the body, not even the mouth or anything like that. So, yeah, just snagging them. All right. So, obviously a bit of an attractor pattern here. So we're gonna tie in our red marabou. You don't really need to like go for proportions, larger the better kind of thing. So let's tie that up. Make sure everything's sitting up top nice. Slice that off. Tie that down. And like Christmas tinsel, it's pretty key that you got this going on. Pike are pretty seasonal. They're definitely receptive to Christmas fishing. We usually go through the ice actually with this pattern pretty much, so I'll tie that in. Cut that off, save some for later. And build up a bit of a body with it's like some saddle hackle or something like that. Gonna palmer that in. And just excess material, just build up some body. And some more Christmas tinsel. This one actually we're going to tie in so it kind of hits the bottom here. Only spawning bull trout in the fall typically. But that's for a separate Instagram account that I'm running. So typically, yeah. Typically. And yeah, just kind of trim that up somewhere, wherever that is. Okay. All right. So we'll speed this up a bit. And start wrapping this in here. You want to kind of get this like fluffed out so it palmers nicely. Should actually be called the Pike Pine Cone. Yeah, right? And you can pick these up at West River Fly Shop too. So. And I think this is part of the package. In fact, I know it was because this is my fly. So I'll just top it off with a little deer hair here. Unless there's anything else kicking around. Yeah, this will be good. And quick little trim. No, this is a mail order only. A direct to purchase kind of cuts down on cost, but yeah. The link's in the bio. There's a link below. Oh, one more set of legs. Yeah, exactly. Some of this stuff. There we go. Yeah. Pike pickler. Thanks. Sweet. Thanks.
All right, guys. Who's up next? Mr. Brock? Seat's nice and warm for you. Wow, we got quite the mess going on here. Oh man, some of them are really good. I like the halibut best. It's just too good.
Boom. Because lefties are for life.
That's right. That's actually about perfect right there.
Okay. What am I
All
talking?
right. What do we got in the box?
Yes. Give me something I can tie. Yes, it is too.
What is it? I don't know.
That's a roadkill worm right there.
Roadkill worm. Okay. There you go.
I can tie a worm. No, but I can make it look like a worm. And that's the only thing, it's the only thing that'll catch fish, so. I can't even get, what the heck is that thing? I don't know. Let's tie that puppy on. All right. Ah, crap. There we go. We're good. These worms look like they got their material on their drive down here off the side of the road. And we'll tie that puppy on. What do I have? Some pipe cleaner. A couple of these. And what? Well, yeah, you just gotta really get it like a worm. So tie those colors. Then you just start twisting. Oh, let's get that to the front. Okay. This will be a worm. Oh yeah. Pipe cleaner is a little more tougher than chenille or regular wire. All right. I don't believe in cutting material off either. It's a waste. Boom. Oh, yeah. Go back, and you're gonna tie in your tail now. And that's all I have. The goldfish pond. Yeah. Well, in the mall downtown? Yes. Exclusively a Bass Pro. I'm really trying to figure out how to worm the back tail here, but that looks good. There we go. And you don't need 10 minutes to tie this fly.
But you can take it if you need it.
But you can.
What species do you go after?
Goldfish. Yeah.
Stock ponds in the city?
Bass Pro.
Oh, you're getting in tonight.
Oh yeah. Look at that puppy right there. That's all you need. That's really all you need.
The roadkill worm. All right.
It has a long tail.
It does. Okay.
Don't need no 10 minutes. You get up. It's like my wedding night.
I don't want to know about your wedding.
Just talking about worms the whole time.
Got my worm. I don't even, this garter belt of some sort.
Okay. We're going to give you 1 second.
Is that what it is?
All right, guys, we're going to bring Marcus up here, and he's going to tell us a little bit about, sorry, we'll get the camera over here. He's going to tell us a little bit about what he does. I only just learned of him this week, but it's pretty killer. I know he's going to be working on a project for me before too long. Well, I'll let him tell you a little bit what he does. I'll hold this. You can hold this. How about that? You can. There we go.
Evening, everyone.
Tell me who you are.
Mark Baldwin. My company's called Von Baldwin Fly Fishing. I build custom fly tying tables in all sizes and ranges. And I also build custom tool caddies, lots of different things. I'm going to be building a table for Dana and the crew here for Thursday night fly tying, so they can have it to get you guys all happy and building stuff on. If anybody needs anything, you can find me on Facebook at Von Baldwin Fly Fishing.
And so if someone wanted to, let's say, go ahead and get a Christmas gift for family, they could book with you now, get an idea going, and you can build it for them in the new year, or what's the plan there?
Yeah, you can contact me anytime through Facebook or on Instagram at Von Baldwin Fly Fishing. And I can come up with any design you want, fish inlays, all kinds of different stuff. If you look on the page at Von Baldwin Fly Fishing on Facebook, you can see all the different designs that have been created so far for people.
Awesome. Well,
All right.
Look them up, guys. That's a pretty cool gift. Convince your wife to do it. And sorry, I'm going to hold this. You mind taking the fish off the top just so I don't spill it? Just so you can kind of get a look at it. This is the mini, you said?
Yeah, that's a mini size one, so that's 16 inches deep by 2 feet wide, and the regular size table is 2 feet deep by 3 feet wide.
Awesome.
There's also portable briefcase models.
Which is pretty key. Awesome.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, no, thanks for coming out, guys, and look them up. Pretty cool. All right, we got Mr. Brandon stepping up here.
Hey guys.
He's cheating. He's like, where's the card? I want that one. All right, up here. Which one am I putting? He's got it figured out. All right, what is it?
I have no idea.
Of course you do. You're here to teach us.
Some kind of, I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and call it the green machine.
Green machine. All right.
You want this?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay guys, my name is Brandon. I'm going to be tying a fly for you today that I have never even seen before or heard of. We're just going to wing it. What do you build, Brandon? I build custom fly rods for everyone back home. It's called Classic Custom Rods. You guys can take a look. First, we're going to get our hook out here. Not sure what quite size this is, but it's massive. Sweet.
Just give me one
Okay. All right, we're gonna wing it, guys. We got a bunch of what looks like to be some hackle, some chenille. You tie a worm, tie a green worm. Okay. I don't see any tails here, but we're gonna grab this. Looks like some lime green marabou of some sort, or
What's the name of your fly?
the green machine. So we're gonna get our thread started. We are then going to take our lime green marabou, I'm calling it. Make it about as long as the hook shank. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna tie that in. Make sure it's nice and secure. And we're gonna trim that off. I'm supposed to use all the material, so I'm gonna go ahead and add another tail onto it. And we're gonna get that on. We're gonna snip that off. Make sure it's nice and secure. Okay. Whatever this is, we're going to tie it in on this side of the hook, closest to me. And then we're going to take this one. You can really fish this anywhere, but it's probably most popular in Nunavut for Arctic char. But you can really try it on anything, or you can just throw it out after you're done too. That works.
Can you flush it down the toilet, or is that dangerous?
You could try, I guess. I don't know. We're then going to tie this chenille in. Don't worry about the bulk. Bring our thread up to the eye. And then we're going to wrap this chenille. And we're going to keep going. And we're going to tie that down. And we're going to finish this off with a whip finish. Couple turns, make sure it doesn't come undone.
Yeah, have you tied this before?
This is the first time I've ever tied this, that's for sure. And there you go, that's the green machine, the 14-inch green machine.
It's not supposed to look that good.
Well, I don't know, man.
Well, whatever. Whatever. It's not supposed to look.
Yeah.
At least it would. That's the thing. That would definitely fish. Yeah. Sometimes maybe a little bit.
Lots of false strikes. I just can't seem to hook
All right. Yeah. In the hot seat. There we go. I'll just make sure that's in the rig.
Yeah, I can. You want me to move it?
Can you go up a little bit with it?
No.
We'll go up. Okay. No? That's what I see. Oh yeah, I guess I can see it. There we go. All right, tell us who you are and what you're doing.
My name's Scott, and I don't know what I'm doing yet.
Well,
so
obviously not.
yeah.
All right, up here. What do we got?
All right. Yeah.
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 So this is actually it's a little different pattern. It's called the Roadkill Mouse.
Roadkill mouse.
Yeah. Yeah. It can be, yeah, absolutely. Especially the baby mice, yeah. Yeah. Always pinch your barbs, guys. Like to pinch my barbs, so. Yeah, I usually bury my hand into it a little bit later. Because then you can get some actual like blood and scent on it, and it just makes it that much more realistic, right? Yeah. So yeah, tie your thread in the bend of the hook. You're gonna take a couple hackle feathers here. Grab them, make a nice tail. The nice thing with the hackle feathers is it's really flat, like it was run over by something kind of heavy, right? Like we're not talking a Honda Civic here, we're talking, you know. I think gopher season, you know, yeah. You know, it's a little smaller, so you can get, you know, some smaller fish, but they're used to seeing, you know, some roadkill. The nice piece of the bow right under the deer foot there is optimal. Yeah, exactly. So, you can if you want. Yeah. Yeah, it's got to hit the water. Like it's got to make an impact, right? So, sometimes, yeah. It's a bit of a side arm though to get it up the drain to come back down, and then, yeah.
No, because those, it doesn't see the vehicle traffic. Maybe like May long weekend with the quads and stuff, you might, they're looking at them, but yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Scott, do you ever fish these 3 in a row? Like just
You can, yeah. Well, because, brothers, sisters, sometimes the whole family gets it, right? So, but certainly check your local regulations, because, sometimes.
You're saying some watersheds don't allow that pattern?
Yeah, well, to fish the whole family at once, sometimes you have to fish the family one at a time, right?
Like 3 hook max.
Exactly, yeah. So you get the body in there, and then do a little dubbing, but you want it really thick, right? Yeah. There we go. Certainly the messier you can make it. I mean, this isn't a pretty event, so the messier you can make it is certainly. If you have some red, it's always nice to add a little. It certainly adds some realistic-ness to the pattern. Not too much, you don't want to overdo it, but sorry? Possibly, yeah. Oh, right, yeah. So you want to do something maybe a little bigger, more in the kind of, vole kind of variety, right? Yeah. Sometimes you can use bead eyes. Other times the really buggy, popping out eye kind of gives it a little something that. Certainly, yeah. And then certainly you want to use your loon and give it a good coat so you can get the squished back down and it stays down. Also pushes a lot of water if it does sink, at the end of your swing or something like that. A lot of water moving there, so. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of traffic on that Highway 22 there, and it's kind of a short little hop over the berm, so. There we go. We'll get some good adhesion there. And if you have a Sharpie around, you can always add some tread pattern to the back of it. It just seems to add that little extra authenticity. And there you have it, the roadkill mouse.
Nice work. That was beautiful. Beautiful. Well, it's nasty, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, guys, we're gonna go one more, and then we're done for this evening's live portion, anyways. Shove this down your shirt.
Do I just get to tie with what's left here?
Yeah, no. Probably could though. No. There you go. All right. Tell us who you are.
I'm Richard Bitterman, and let's have some fun.
Let's see what we got.
Strong.
You know what you were doing.
Finish strong, yeah.
You know what you were doing.
All right.
Ooh.
Wow, this is
I think this
I'd like to see what you're gonna do.
I might be tying something for Ren.
Yeah, I think you might be. I'll steal that card out of there for you.
Oh wow.
All right.
All right, so you can see that there, Dana? It's got some hooks with a barbell. Two hooks. You like that? You could.
Yeah, name of the fly, please.
Well, I might be doing a fly, or might do a nice brooch. You can kind of wear it while you fish. So, what am I going to name this? I got to think of a name here for you. This one. All right. So with this fly, the trick is you got two hooks.
We need a name first.
A name. So this is it's kind of sparkly. It's got to be something with Wren, hey? It's like the Wren damsel fly. So I think we can probably make this work here. So we're going to start with the bigger hook. So secure your thread. And this might be hitting your wall of fame there, Troy. So we're going to secure these. We've got some barbell bead here. We're going to secure that at the head. And unlike Classic E, I don't like to crowd. I like to crowd the back end, like really make it heavy on the back. So we'll give that a try. Yeah, you can fish it dry. I find the barbell beads really help with keeping it above the surface. What type of floating line? Oh, you gotta use like a. What really helps, I think, is probably a weight forward 8 weight on your 3 weight glass rod. Yeah, it'll help turn it over. Yeah, you want this thing kind of to flutter and then just smash onto the water hard. So we'll get these nice and secure. There are 2. Yeah, that's a key. If you got an idea, let me know. Wait, maybe? Maybe? So I think what we'll do here next is we're going to secure, got to come to the back. and you have this little orange. Key is orange, definitely. Orange and the pink go really well together. So you're going to tie this in the back as a tail. It's got to have the one coming off as a tail. Then you're going to secure this nice flashy material. Bring that back. Make sure we got enough here. Yep. Okay. So I think the next thing you want to key to this one is add that second hook, and you want it coming off the side of the fly. So you're going to kind of secure this in here. You don't want it on the top though. Yeah. That way when they come in and bite it, you really hook it in tight. Yeah. Yeah. This way you're not using a treble hook, so you can still have a trailer behind this. So you're getting that, make sure, like I said, it's off the side. Either side, I'm finding it easier. It's probably easier to tie it facing towards you. Get that secured and nice and tight. Okay, and then you want to add some, again, more legs. You probably put these in the middle for these ones. Probably about 1/4 of an inch behind the barbell eyes. And now also too, remember you have this hook on the side, so when you come back with your thumb, it's going to dig in quite a bit, so really feels great. So just get those nice and secured in there. Perfect. Yeah, I have a die at home that I just was able to stamp these out. And then I glued a little bit and put that glitter on there. As you can see, the key is that glitter. So let's save that for the end here. We're going to go up halfway with this body. So you're going to get that nice and secure in there. And the more you can have in your way here when you're tying, it's very helpful, especially that hook. It's really good. Tying with somebody else's bobbin is fantastic too. Okay, let's get that secured. Now we can go ahead and pull that to the side and then secure this. So you want to secure that right on top of the barbell, and you just want this right. Got to get through the eye, that hook there. Perfect. So do 2 nice wraps there, come up to the head. See if you can get this one, just pinch it down, loose wrap, and then second one, pull it nice and tight. Perfect. Oh, it looks amazing. Okay, and then we're going to bring this last bit of material here. You're going to pull it nice and tight, come underneath there, right in behind the barbell, and then come up to the front of the barbell, and then finish that off.
Well, they're tuned into the wrong channel then, I think.
Like I said, you want when this hits the water, You want to flutter down, and those barbell eyes just give it that nice smash on the water, right? So then the fish look up like, what the was that? You want them to really be spooked by this fly. Okay, and then the last, sorry? Yeah, you want to hit the sipping fish. Like when they come up, you want to time it and hit them right as they rise and just smash them. Yeah, exactly. And so the final touch here is you want those antennae. So we're going to go wrap it like this, and you want, this one actually has 4 antennae, so you want to use 2 and then wrap it around like that. I don't know whose bobbin this is. I don't like it. Perfect. That nice and secured in there, and then finally at the end you want to crowd that eye of the hook. Yeah, really crowd it. You kind of want those 2 standing up. There we go. And you want those 2 perfect. That's the way I'm trying to get there. You want those last 2 standing straight up. So 2 off the front, and then 2 straight up, like antenna. And then finally, grab your whip finisher. Cut that, and then we'll trim these fairly even. You want to keep these top ones long. And then your back, you want to just behind the tail of this, of your damsel there. There you go.
Wow, that's not that bad.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah,
Not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, you got that hook hidden right under there, like you wouldn't even know it was there.
Until you bury it in your
Yeah,
hand.
until you bury it in your hand. All right, well, that's something. All right, well, thanks. Here's your tacky box.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, buddy. No worries. All right, guys, that's our last tire of the evening. It's been fun. We're just gonna chat with you for a couple minutes about kind of this next giveaway for this week and what the next couple weeks looks like for us here, and then kind of where we're gonna move forward for the next month. So I think Dane's gonna come up here.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
I just said we're gonna talk a little bit about how this next giveaway is gonna go this week, and then kind of what our next few weeks looks like for the show.
Our director over
Oh man,
there.
we got Bruce behind the
Yeah.
headphones. He's like, go.
He used to work for M&M, he said.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, that's it until the new year. Troy's gone next week, and we got lots going on for Christmas. So our next meeting back here will be January 3rd. Again, we'll be doing our salt month for January. So we'll have 4 weeks of that. It's kind of in preparation of us taking off to the Oman. We don't know what it's like over there for internet. If we do have internet or whatever, we will do Thursday Night Live from there. Like I said a couple weeks ago, if you guys can find your way over there, you can join us there. If not, just tune in. We don't know what we're tying over there, but I think it'd be cool to kind of show the place to you guys if we can do that. So for our next giveaway, okay, for the float trip or whatever you want, you go to the mountains, go up Red Deer, whatever. Next Thursday, we will draw for that. So what you have to do, anybody online, anybody can enter this, is you have 1 week and you have to make a 1-minute video, and it has to be of you, be creative, and it has to be you doing something for Christmas for somebody else. Okay, so whether you head down to the mustard seed, whether you head down, I know brown bag lunches are a big thing in the city right now around Christmas time. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, whether you just go shovel your neighbor's driveway. you know,
pay it forward.
Pay it forward, random act of kindness. Do a 1-minute video, okay? And next Thursday, use the hashtag Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters. And then we'll go in there and we'll see all the ones that are hashtagged in there. And then we'll choose one next Thursday in lieu of us not doing Thursday Night Live. If you have any questions, we'll just be talking about it all week, so feel free to send us a message. Again, it's been, is this 6 weeks here?
7.
Whatever it is.
A lot.
Thank you guys so much for coming out, supporting us, and hanging out, drinking some beer, tying flies with us. And really excited for the new year, which means that it's 1 month closer to fishing and catching fish, not just whitefish. how's all the levels over there, Bruce? Look at him, he's just gangster. He's found his niche. So that's where we'll leave it. We'll hang out, have a few beer, whatnot. There's still lots of food over there, I believe. We're good. You good?
Yeah, we're
Anything
good.
else?
We're good, guys. We'll see you in the new year.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.